Imagine a world without social media, without internet culture. Yet, the human impulse to share, to joke, to connect remains timeless. Deep beneath the ash of Vesuvius, within the crumbling walls of ancient Rome, a vibrant, often crude, and surprisingly familiar form of communication flourished: graffiti. This wasn't just idle scribbling. It was a living, breathing archive of ancient voices, echoing sentiments that feel eerily akin to the memes and viral content of our digital age. Prepare to journey back in time, to witness how the ancient Romans, with their quips and observations, proved that some things, like humor and human nature, truly never change. Our journey begins in Pompeii, a city frozen in time by the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. While the ash preserved grand temples and opulent villas, it also immortalized the mundane, the scandalous, and the downright hilarious scribblings of everyday citizens. These aren't just faded inscriptions. They are vibrant social commentaries, personal grievances, and public declarations scrawled on walls of taverns, bathhouses, and private homes. They offer a unique, unvarnished window into the Roman psyche, revealing a society far more relatable than our history books often portray. Long before online forums, Romans mastered the art of the roast. Imagine finding an inscription: "Epiphra, you are bald," or "Chia, I hope your hemorrhoids flare up so much they feel like pepper." These weren't subtle jabs. They were direct, public, and often hilariously crude attacks on personal appearance or character. This ancient trolling reveals a human tendency to find humor in others' misfortunes or quirks, a social dynamic that continues to thrive in modern meme culture, proving that a good insult truly is timeless. If you thought simping was a modern phenomenon, think again. Roman walls are littered with declarations of love, longing, and sometimes explicit desire. If anyone does not believe in Venus, they should gaze at my girlfriend, one lovesick poet proclaimed, essentially a first-century flex or thirst trap for his beloved. Others were more direct. "I'm bursting with love for you, my beautiful slave girl, Maria." These passionate outbursts, sometimes heartfelt, sometimes purely lustful, speak to the universal human experience of attraction and the desire to publicly claim affection. Election season in ancient Rome was a raucous affair, and graffiti played a crucial role. Walls were plastered with political endorsements. "Vote for Aulus Vettius Firmus for Edile." Often, these endorsements were accompanied by witty or sarcastic commentary, sometimes from entire groups like "the fruit sellers support so-and-so." Other times, it was pure mudslinging. This ancient political meme culture served as a direct way to influence public opinion, reminding us that campaigning, with all its passionate appeals and crude attacks, is hardly a new invention. One of the most enduring forms of graffiti across all eras is the simple declaration of presence. In Pompeii, we find countless examples of "Saturo was here," "Crescens," "The network weaver," "Lives here," or simply "I was here." This ancient equivalent of "Kilroy was here," or tagging a landmark, reflects a fundamental human desire to leave one's mark, to assert one's existence, however fleetingly, in the grand tapestry of history. It's a primal urge, whether etched into stone or typed into a comment section. Not all Roman graffiti was dramatic or romantic. Much of it chronicled the mundane, the frustrations, and the simple observations of daily life. "The city is collapsing," one person lamented, perhaps about a structural problem or simply a bad day. Another wrote, "We have wet our beds, my friend. I confess we have done wrong." This level of trivial, relatable commentary is the bedrock of modern memes. Finding humor or connection in shared, everyday experiences, even if it's just complaining about the quality of local services or confessing minor misdemeanors. Just like today's sports fans, Romans were obsessed with their gladiators. Walls around the amphitheater and in taverns were often covered with scores, boasts, and fan art. Celadus, the Thracian, makes the girls sigh, declares one inscription, essentially an ancient sports celebrity endorsement. Another lists gladiator fight outcomes, providing a real-time record for avid spectators. This showcases how celebrity worship and enthusiastic sports commentary, complete with fan rivalries and hero worship, is a deep-seated part of human social interaction. Amidst the crudeness, there were moments of surprising wit and even philosophical reflection. Nothing is forever. One person carved a stark reminder of mortality. Others offered simple advice or jokes. These brief glimpses into Roman thought processes, their attempts at profundity or simple amusement, mirror the bite-sized philosophical observations or viral jokes that populate our online feeds. They demonstrate how humans use short-form content to grapple with big ideas or simply share a laugh. Some things are truly universal, and bathroom humor is one of them. Latrine walls in ancient Rome were prime spots for scrawling messages, many of them incredibly vulgar or scatological. Apollinaris, the doctor of the emperor, had a good poop here, one declared. Others offered detailed instructions or complaints about bodily functions. This raw, unfiltered, and often gross humor reveals that the impulse to share the taboo, to make light of bodily functions, transcends millennia and remains a peculiar constant of human expression. While Pompeii provides the most vivid examples due to its unique preservation, graffiti was a pervasive phenomenon across the entire Roman Empire. From the bustling streets of Rome itself to military outposts on distant frontiers, soldiers, merchants, and citizens left their marks. These inscriptions in various languages and styles demonstrate a widespread culture of public communication, a spontaneous network of voices that spoke across vast distances and social strata, creating a dynamic, unfiltered record of the Roman world, much like a global social media platform. So, why does ancient Roman graffiti sound so much like modern memes? The answer lies in the enduring constants of human nature. The desire to express oneself, to complain, to joke, to boast, to connect, to insult, and to flirt. Memes, with their concise, often humorous, and highly relatable content, tap into these very same impulses. They are snapshots of shared experience, condensed thoughts, and emotional shorthand. The Romans, lacking digital tools, found their own walls to project these timeless human narratives, proving that the medium changes, but the message often remains profoundly the same. From the vulgar taunts on a tavern wall to heartfelt declarations of love, ancient Roman graffiti offers a startling realization. Our ancestors were not so different from us. They laughed, they loved, they griped, and they made their voices heard, much like we do today through our digital screens. The only real difference is the medium. This extraordinary window into the past reminds us that beneath the veneer of technological advancement, the core human experience, with all its humor, drama, and mundane observations, remains an unbroken thread, connecting us directly to the citizens of an empire long past. The walls of Rome whisper, and their echoes sound remarkably familiar.